everything rests on him. Can he convert? Please, Tuanzebe, put this in. Tuanzebe. Oh, he's done it. Tuanzebe, our hero, as we knock out Manchester City from the Carabao Cup in the most incredible fashion. Looks for Iheanacho, big chance for him, gets past one. Iheanacho banks this one in, an important goal for us against Lazio in the Champions League, as now we're in pole position. So here we are back again with another episode of the Leicester City Career Mode series. This is episode number 21. And this is a massive episode because you guys are going to find out who we'll be facing in the round of 16 of the Champions League, which I'm so excited for because this is the first time we'll be in the knockout rounds of the Champions League in this series. And I can't wait to find out who we'll be facing. And it's not just that, we've actually got some big Premier League games in this episode, as we'll be up against both Man City and Arsenal, who are 4th and 5th in the Premier League respectively. So it is going to be a challenging episode, especially since lately we've been dropping a lot of points in the Premier League. So a lot's gonna go down in today's episode, and if you guys are enjoying the series, let's keep the support coming in. 2,000 likes once again would be brilliant, and if you guys can smash that, I'll get you an episode tomorrow. If you are new around here, subscribe for more FIFA 20 career mode content, and let's get this one underway. Also, a quick side note, I still have a terrible sore throat and a really bad cold, and that's why my voice is probably sounding a bit different, but we're gonna try and push through this episode so that you guys still get your career mode content on the channel. So it is time for a press conference, and if you guys want to get involved, make sure to drop in your questions down in the comment section below. First question of the day: why are you not aiming in penalties? You just move the stick left and right and hope for the best. In all honesty, that is the essence of penalties, man. Just going any direction and hoping that the keeper doesn't pick that direction to dive in. It is just a coin toss, man, and that's why I just move the stick left and right to potentially try and deceive the keeper. Now, it works sometimes, it doesn't the other times, but I think in this series we've been pretty consistent with penalties. Like, we've taken a lot of pens and we've scored most of them, so I don't think I need to change my way of taking penalties, at least for now. Also, we just knocked out City on penalties, so I guess things are working for us, and that's why I'm not just aiming in one direction and sticking to it. But we'll see how things go with penalties. If I start to struggle more, I might just do what you guys are saying, but for now, I'm happy with how I've taken pens. Next question: why don't you give a chance to Iheanacho? Because he scores a lot of goals, and also he scored again for you. So last episode, Iheanacho did get one game to play and he scored in that. I think it was in the Champions League, and the guy is actually incredible, man, no doubts about it. But the thing is, sometimes he does go unnoticed because of the fact that we've got Timo Werner as well as Jamie Vardy in the team. But I've got to say, Iheanacho is really impressive, and I'm hoping we can give him more opportunities to try and play and score goals for us, because I've got to say, Jamie Vardy has definitely dipped a lot this season, and I think it's time to start giving Iheanacho more chances as our backup striker. So I guess you guys can expect to see Iheanacho on the pitch more often. This next question is definitely an interesting one. Why don't you try attacking with the fullbacks Pereira and Chilwell, as they are really good in the attack and we can get another dimension in the attack? The thing is, if I do that, if I put my fullbacks to, go forward or something like that, we're gonna struggle. We are really going to struggle, because then we literally have just Soyuncu and Alderweireld at the back with maybe Ndidi giving some support, and I don't think that is enough for us to try and keep clean sheets and just defend. I think one of the reasons why we've done so well in this career mode is because we've restricted the amount of goals we've let opponents score, and that's because I don't really have my fullbacks bombing forward. Occasionally they do go forward, as you would have seen Chilwell grab a few assists, Pereira grab a few assists and even goals, so I'm happy with this dynamic. I don't want to change it, so we're going to keep both Chilwell and Pereira on balance so that we can, be more stronger defensively. We're not Barcelona, man. We don't keep 80% possession every single game. We can't have our fullbacks bombing forward. But that's it for the press conference. Let's move on. So Dean Henderson has managed to win the Player of the Episode award, which is lovely to see. I mean, it's always great seeing defenders and goalkeepers getting acknowledged, and he deserved this because in the last episode he was brilliant. He kept a couple of clean sheets as well as was superb in the penalty shootout against, of course, City, and no wonder you guys voted for him as your Player of the Episode. Sticking to the Dean Henderson conversation conversation, I think it's time we talk about it because Dean Henderson has actually been better than Kasper Schmeichel this season. Schmeichel has been good, but he's let in a few goals, and that's probably down to the fact that he's 34 and he's going down in his overall. I mean, Dean Henderson has a better average rating for us this season, and maybe is it time to give Dean Henderson more opportunities and make him our starting goalkeeper? This is something I want to know from you guys in the comments section. Dean Henderson or Kasper Schmeichel? Let me know your thoughts on the situation. For now, we're going to continue to rotate them, but I've got to say, man, Dean Henderson is a really impressive young goalkeeper, and I've really enjoyed using him. Here's a quick look at our season goals, and hopefully in this one we can make some more progress. Last episode was a bit slow for our season goals. More goals and assists from Madison and Elements would be brilliant. Might give one of our youngsters from the academy a chance to play, Ian Morgan. And also more clean sheets in the Premier League would be amazing, and we need Timo Werner to start scoring more goals. So we are just a couple of episodes away from the January transfer window, which is really exciting because this is where the series gets super fun because we can start making transfers and, you know, continue improving our team. And we've got a good budget as well of about 62 million. So if you guys have any early transfer suggestions that we should be, you know, looking at or scouting, let me know in the comments section below. For now though, it is time to focus on the Premier League. Now you guys know last episode we played Newcastle and somehow we lost to them. I have no idea how we lost to them because we created so many more chances than them, but it is time we bounce back, and we've got a tough game ahead of us at the King Power Stadium against West Ham, but we need to win this game to keep pace with Spurs and Liverpool. We cannot afford to drop points here. So Tuanzebe wants to play in this upcoming game against West Ham, and you know what, I will give him a chance, so expect to see him in the lineup against West Ham. Since we do have a game against Man City midweek in the Premier League, I am forced to make a few changes to the team to, you know, rest up a few players. So I've made a ton of changes. Iheanacho, Dani Olmo, Harvey Barnes, Hamza Chaudhry, Chukwueze, Tuanzebe all come into the lineup. I'm hoping they've got enough quality to see off a good West Ham side. So let's get right into this one. We need 3 points from this game. Hamza Chaudhry on the ball, looks for Iheanacho. This is lovely. Could be a goal for Harvey Barnes, and it is. Brilliant build-up play. No, it's actually Dani Olmo with the goal. For some reason, I thought it was Harvey Barnes making a run inside, but Dani Olmo coming up clutch for us as the Spaniard gets himself a goal. Iheanacho deserves a lot of credit there for, you know, having his back to goal and, of course, then turning, passing to Dani Olmo, whose finish was brilliant as well. Leicester City get the lead against West Ham pretty early on, which is great. In a lot of the games this season in the Premier League that we've dropped points, we usually have taken the lead. But then what happens is that we can't make it 2-0 or 3-0. We can't increase the goal difference, and then we concede a late goal. So I'm hoping in this game that won't happen as well. West Ham almost scored there. We need to try and increase the gap as soon as possible. We need to kill this game off before West Ham have any sort of chance. West Ham do have a corner. We know they're decent with set pieces. Good ball whipped in, and Haller with the goal. It just had to be him. He's such a good player with a lot of potential, and now he scored against us. The equalizer in the 36th minute. That's what I was talking about, guys. In a lot of these games that we drop points, we take the lead and then we can't take our chances, and then of course the opposing team equalize, and now West Ham are back in it, but thankfully we've got time in this game to try and score again. Oh, here goes Harvey Barnes on the attack now. Go on, Leicester. Come on, let's try and score before the halftime whistle. Chukwueze with the shot. What a goal from Samuel Chukwueze. This came out of nowhere because I don't think Chukwueze was in a position where he could actually finish, but somehow he's pulled it off. Normally the guy misses easy 1v1 chances, but now he's gone ahead and scored this. Incredible. Credit to Harvey Barnes as well to provide Chukwueze with that peach of a ball, and then Samuel Chukwueze did the rest. We've got to have a look at the replay for this. First time, bang. What a goal from Chukwueze. Leicester City back in the lead against West Ham. Oh, what a touch that was from Iheanacho, as he's now got a chance to score against West Ham, but that's brilliant defending from them. But did you guys see that first touch from Iheanacho? It was world class. Iheanacho looks for Tielemans as now we go forward. Here goes Yuri Tielemans. Oh, that was brilliantly done from him. Puts this one inside. Should be 3-1, and it is. Dani Olmo scoring yet again. Whenever he plays, man, the guy impresses as the Spaniard scores yet again, and Leicester lead 3-1. An important goal for us right now in the Premier League, because now we've got a good 2-goal cushion against West Ham, so it's going to make their job a lot harder. So really happy with the scoreline at the moment. Let's keep it this way. We can't be dropping points in this one. Oh, here's Iheanacho once again. Goes back inside to Danny Olmo, who's on a hat-trick, by the way. Danny Olmo, no. Fabianski with the save. Would love to see Olmo pick up a hat-trick in this one, but the goalkeeper denied him there. If you haven't noticed, in this game we've got James Justin starting in that right back role, and I've got to say, man, he's a very impressive young right back, and I've really enjoyed using him. I think he's the perfect backup option to, of course, Ricardo Pereira. West Ham looking to get maybe a consolation goal, but we should be clearing that. We don't, and well, they get themselves another goal. Thankfully, we've got a 2-goal cushion in this one. Otherwise, we would end up dropping points here in silly fashion. But thankfully, the scoreline is 3-2. Full time and it's job well done. Leicester City get all 3 points in this one against West Ham. It was crucial that we got all 3 points from this game because up next, we've got 2 difficult Prem games against City and Arsenal. We needed this to be a win, and we did exactly that. Remarkable performance by Danny Olmo today. What are your thoughts? I'm just going to say an impressive performance from Danny Olmo. Really happy that he put in a good shift in this one, scored a couple of goals. He's going to give tough competition to the likes of Madison and Tielemans, and if we want to be a top club, that is exactly what we need. Also, take a look at this. Twansabe is happy with the game time he's been getting. He was really happy that we played him in that game. I'm just going to say, keep it up. Alright guys, it is now time for the draw for the Champions League round of 16. Yes, it has been made, and we're going to be finding out who Leicester City will be facing in the round of 16, and I'm so excited for it. First up though, let's take a look at all the groups and see which teams progressed on towards the next round. We've got Real Madrid and Monaco making it through from Group A. From Group B, Liverpool and Ajax. I guess this was expected. From our group, Leicester and RB Leipzig. Group D, Juventus and Bayern Munich. Group E, Atleti and Man City. Group F, Spurs and Milan with Lyon going out. Group G, PSG and Napoli. And from Group H, Barcelona and Borussia Dortmund. So there are some really big teams that we could come up against in the round of 16, and let's find out who that will be. So it is Napoli who we'll be facing in the round of 16 of the Champions League. It's going to be a challenging game because we know they've got some quality players like Alan, of course Insigne, Dries Mertens, Koulibaly probably as well. It's going to be a tough tie, but I'm ready for it. First leg will be away because we finished first in our group, and second leg at the King Power Stadium. For the first time in this series, guys, we'll be in the Champions League knockouts, which is going to be extremely exciting. Looking at some of the other ties, we've got City going up against Juve, Milan against Real Madrid, RB Leipzig and PSG, Dortmund, Liverpool, Bayern, Spurs, Ajax, Barcelona. That's going to be an interesting one, and Monaco, Atletico Madrid. But Leicester, Napoli, that is going to be our focus. Of course, Champions League football returns in like 2 months, so for now the focus is on the Premier League. Okay, so because of City having a better goal difference at the moment, they are now ahead of us in the Premier League. Both teams have the same number of points, but the funny thing is, we play them next, and we've got a chance to go ahead of them in the Premier League, which is something we've got to try and do. We play them at the Etihad Stadium. It's going to be difficult, but if we've got to win the Premier League this season, we need to keep pace with Spurs and Liverpool, and that means we need to be beating teams like City. Manchester City up against Leicester City in the Premier League. Etihad Stadium, a massive game in the title race. City would want to win this game to try and get back and put pressure on both Liverpool and Spurs, and we want to do the exact same. A draw, I guess, would be really bad for both teams, so I'm sure both teams are going to go for the win in this one. This is the team that I've gone for. Timo Werner, Zaha, Madison, Tielemans, Mahrez, all of them starting. Literally my strongest 11. We're taking this extremely seriously. We need to win this game in the Prem, so let's go out there and try and pick up all 3 points against the strong Man City side. We recently got the better of City in the Carabao Cup as we knocked them out on penalties, and I'm hoping we can do the same again, but this time beating them in 90 minutes. This is the team they've gone for, and they're taking this seriously. Aguero, Sane, Bernardo Silva, De Bruyne, David Silva. It's an incredible lineup. This is going to be a tough challenge. Rodri has broken through. Here goes for goal. Kasper Schmeichel with a big save. City already showing intent within 5 minutes itself. Here's indeed our water carrier. Looks for Timo Werner, who's on the turn. Timo Werner against Edison. And Edison with a big save there. The Brazilian denies Timo Werner from scoring. But good to see even us creating chances here. This is going to be a big game of football because both teams are going for it. I would love to score from a set piece. That would give us such a big advantage. Timo Werner has done exactly that. We've done it, guys. Leicester City have taken the lead against Man City from a set piece. I wasn't really expecting this. Tielemans with a brilliant ball and Timo Werner doing what he does best. scoring goals as Leicester have taken the lead against City, and this is an important goal in the Premier League title race because we need to win this game to keep pace with Liverpool and Spurs. And with this goal, we can try and do exactly that. No chance for Edison as Leicester have taken the lead at the Etihad Stadium courtesy of a Timo Werner header. Here's Bernardo Silva on the ball, whips in a ball far post. That's brilliantly done by Toby Alderweireld, heads it straight back to Schmeichel, and that's brilliant defending. More of that, please. Since we took the lead, City have kept all the possession, which is frustrating to deal with, but this might now be a chance for us to counter them. Here goes Riyad Mahrez. Does he have the pace to get in behind the City defense? He does. Riyad Mahrez 1v1 against his former side. No, he couldn't score. And City get it away on the counter. We've got to be alert on counter-attacks, man, because that's going to be our best chance of hitting at this City defense. Here we go once again, another counter-attacking opportunity. Mahrez keeps it inside, brings it in as well. This is brilliant. Riyad Mahrez at his absolute best. Still Mahrez 1v1 against Edison, and this time he doesn't miss. And just before the halftime whistle, a moment of magic from Riyad Mahrez as he scores against City and celebrates in style against his former club. Leicester 2, City 0. What a scoreline for us before the halftime whistle. This is our game now. We've got to win this and pick up 3 points against City. A big statement in the Premier League that we're going to do whatever it takes to try and win the Premier League. A massive goal for us as Riyad Mahrez puts us into a 2-0 advantage. Come on. Incredible first half from Leicester City. We played to our strengths in this first half, played on the counter-attack, and it's worked out perfectly for us. We've got the lead, 2-0. Let's hope we can keep it this way in the second half. City definitely getting desperate and trying to get back into this game, and Bernardo Silva almost did exactly that. City missing a big chance there. Bernardo literally creating that out of nowhere. Still 2-0 Leicester City, but City are coming at us. We've got to be careful. Here we go now. Tielemans turns and finds Timo Werner. This is lovely. Now Riyad Mahrez, can he get there quickly enough? He can. Still Mahrez cuts this one back. The goal from Wilfried Zaha comes up clutch as Leicester now lead 3-0 against Manchester City. I cannot believe this scoreline, man. I thought we were going to struggle against City, but we've made it look easy. Especially getting that early goal from Timo Werner. That completely changed the complexion of this game, because then we could just ease up, play on the counter, and City tried keeping all the possession. But we, on the counter-attack, are just absolutely lethal. And Wilfried Zaha getting himself a goal. Riyad Mahrez once again contributing with, this time, an assist. And of course, Leicester now lead 3-0 against City. What a scoreline. Oh, ball played into Gundogan. I don't want to be conceding, man. The clean sheet is gone. We could have easily kept a clean sheet in this game. This is such a silly goal to concede. And frustrating. Well, City get themselves 1 goal back, but we're still in pole position to win this game. Full time against Manchester City, and what a result for us, man. Beating them 3-1 at their own backyard. This is going to be huge for the title race. It literally means that we've got what it takes to compete with Liverpool and Spurs. What a fantastic result for us. How satisfied are you with Soyuncu? He deserves all the praise. That's the best way to put it, because he's kept our defense stable for so long and in this series, literally from the start, and I've really enjoyed using him alongside Toby Alderweireld. The two are just so good together. So we've just received a transfer offer for Daniel Amati, and it's outside the window from Lille. And the thing is, James Justin has basically cemented himself as our backup right back, so we don't really need Amati. So I'm going to accept this offer and hopefully this goes through. Oh, it's brilliant to see this. We're now ahead of Man City by 3 points, which is great. Now, of course, we're still 3 points off Liverpool and Spurs, but we're just behind them, waiting for them to drop points. Up next, though, we've got Arsenal. There is no room for error if we want to try and challenge for the title. So we need 3 points against Arsenal at the King Power Stadium. Take a look at the fixture congestion we're dealing with. It's actually incredible. I mean, just 2 days after that City game, we've got Arsenal, then another midweek game against West Brom. Couple of days later, Middlesbrough, and then again Fulham as well after a couple of days. It's the Christmas period. We should be expecting this, but it doesn't make things easier. I had to make a few changes for this one against Arsenal as a lot of players weren't fully fit, but I'm still going with a lot of the big boys like Timo Werner, Wilfried Zaha, Mahrez, Danny Olmo is back in the lineup as well, to Anzebe. So we've had to make a few changes, but still a lot of big namers are still in the team because it's Arsenal. We can't take them lightly, and if we win this game, we continue to keep pace with Liverpool and Spurs. So a lot's riding on this one. We need to win this. So that's the Arsenal team that we're up against, the likes of Ryan Fraser, Lacazette, Mkhitaryan is their captain, interesting. They've still got Mustafi at the back, they've got that Saliba guy, which is interesting. Nelson Semedo, that's a good signing. An interesting Arsenal team, but I feel like we've got more than enough to see them out. Looks like Arsenal do have the early chance in this one with Lacazette pushing forward. Toby Alderweireld couldn't deal with that, and now it's Ryan Fraser with the chance, and on the rebound, Mkhitaryan scores. To concede in this manner in like 6 minutes, frustrating, but fair play Arsenal. They showed intent early on and they get themselves their goal. Luckily, there's enough time for us to get back into this game, but man, so frustrating for the rebound to fall straight into Mkhitaryan's path. Danny Olmo sees Werner on the turn, and here goes Timo Werner with a chance for us to equalize, and Timo Werner doesn't miss chances at all in this game. He's just so good as Leicester City get the equalizer within minutes after conceding. It is 1-1, and it's Timo Werner yet again on the score sheet. Again, look at the turn from Werner there. And once he's turned the defender, there's no catching him. The finish was brilliant. Leicester City make it 1-1, and it's game on. Nicolas Pepe on the ball. We know how dangerous he is with that left foot especially. He gets it inside, which is a mistake for us. Nicolas Pepe goes for goal. Kasper Schmeichel deals with that brilliantly and performs a great save. Here goes Mahrez on the charge, releases Timo Werner, and this is the counter-attacking football Leicester City are known for. Here goes Werner, but he can't get the shot off because Nelson Semedo is pretty quick as well. Half-time against Arsenal, and it's been a great game of football with both teams looking to try and get the win. Of course, thankfully we equalized once they scored, so it is on level terms. We're heading into this second half. I want to win this game, guys, so let's hope we can do it in the second half. Oh no, Ryan Fraser bombing down, puts in a great ball, and wow, Lacazette almost scores there. What a pass from Ryan Fraser. Literally out of nowhere he finds Lacazette, who should have probably scored from that attack, but Kasper Schmeichel makes a big save there. The Elements could be sending Timo Werner through on goal. Here he goes, Timo Werner with his pace. Still Werner, the German, is now on the attack, brings it back inside for Yuri Tielemans, who turns and shoots, and it's off the post. We just have to hit the woodwork in every single episode, man. So annoying. Finds Tielemans, who turns his man. Goes for Werner. Back inside to Tielemans. This is our chance to win this game. Let's go. Yuri Tielemans this time does not hit the woodwork. It's in the back of the net as the Belgian has scored such a crucial goal for us in the Premier League. The link-up play with him and Werner was superb. And Tielemans did the rest, bangs it home as Leicester City get the advantage against Arsenal. Now our job is to defend like there's no tomorrow because we cannot afford to concede. Now what a pass from Werner and a brilliant finish from Yuri Tielemans as well. Oh no, now it's El Neni, chips this one in, this can't be happening. Rakitic almost scoring a sensational goal against us, but thankfully the block came in clutch from Alderweireld, I think, and we survived. That should be full time. No, in fact it isn't. Nelson Semedo bombing forward, but the ref finally blows the whistle and we get the job done against Arsenal. A hard-fought victory, but we get the win. 3 points in the bag and an important result for us in the Premier League. So with that win, we remain just 3 points behind Spurs and Liverpool. I'm just waiting for them to drop points, man, and with that we can then take advantage. So that's what I'm hoping for. Next episode though, we're going to continue with more Premier League games, but most importantly, the transfer window opens in the next one, which I think is going to be massive for us in this series, and I can't wait for it. So Jamie Vardy has a crucial squad role at the moment, which doesn't really reflect his role at the moment at the club. And that is why I want to try and renew his contract for another year and decrease that crucial role to maybe squad rotation or something like that, because it makes more sense. That'll keep him more happy. So actually we're saving on wages with this new contract, and we've offered him a rotation squad role, 2-year contract length, and he's accepted it. I think he knows this is his final professional contract. So let's submit offer 76,000 in wages, 470,000 in, of course, a signing bonus. I think we've done well with this contract. We're respecting Jamie Vardy for what he's done for the club. We've given him a final contract, and there you go. He's re-signed with Leicester City. Wanted to show you guys the top scorers in the Premier League at the moment. It is of course Harry Kane with 16 goals in 18 games. Aguero just 1 goal behind him with 15. But Timo Werner is certainly keeping up with them. He's on 12 goals for the season so far. A bit of a disappointing episode with our season goals as we couldn't really make much progress. Maddison and Tielemans did well as we're now on 23 goal contributions. But we couldn't give Ian Morgan a chance to play in this episode, nor any clean sheets as well in the Prem. So a bit disappointing. Timo Werner did score a couple of goals though. So before we wrap up today's episode, it is time for you guys to make your vote count and vote for the player of the episode. What a couple of nominees for this one. The first one being Riyad Mahrez. He had a tremendous game against his former side Man City, scoring and assisting in that one, and that's why he's been nominated. Your second nominee is going to be Yuri Tielemans, who I thought all round was just superb in this episode with his assists and of course that big goal that he scored against Arsenal. So those two are your nominees, Mahrez and Tielemans. Click the I button on the top right of your screen to vote for either of them. This was definitely an eventful episode as we got big results against City and Arsenal. We found out our Champions League round of 16 opponents. And now, in the next episode, we're going to be moving on towards the January transfer window, which should be a lot of fun. So, if you guys have enjoyed today's episode, a like would be brilliant. Subscribe if you are new around here, and I'll catch you guys next time.